Okay.
So we're live.
That wasn't really it. That's kind of it. That's a full laugh right there.
I mean,
So
I make it so easy.
you do.
Afternoon Delight. Do you know that song?
No,
Here's good trivia. You know the song I'm talking about, right?
of course. Made famous by Guardians of the Galaxy.
By what?
What?
Made famous by what?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, okay. Except that it was a giant hit in the 70s.
I know. That's a
Before I
fucking
would-
joke. It was a
Anyway,
fucking joke.
well, okay. So it's the Starland Vocal Band.
Of course.
Do you know who they were?
No.
They were John Denver's backup band. They were the band that always played on stage with John Denver for like 2 decades. Yep. Yes. Yeah. So I can't begin to tell you how emotional it was to be there with my mom when she got her vaccination, because I didn't realize how worried I'd been. And she's been diligently staying at home, really working hard not to be out and be dumb. She has her groceries delivered, and she stands there with her little bottle of Lysol cleanser and her bleach wipes, and is just super careful. Hasn't seen any of my cousins since March, and one of them is going to have a baby in this March, and hasn't been able to see her in all that time. So on the way home from Tampa, she's going through all the things that she can start to think about doing, although she has 2 weeks yet before the second dose, et cetera, et cetera. But like, she can see light at the end of the tunnel now. And I wasn't prepared for how emotional I was about how worried I've been that, if my mom were hospitalized and I wouldn't be able to see her. These were all things that were terrifying to me. My dad died. I wasn't able to see my dad. He died away from home, and I didn't get a chance to have a moment with him. And the idea that was going to happen to my mom was just overwhelmingly scary. So feel much better about my mom today. Can't wait for, at every stop where they check you off the list, I kept saying, all right, 2 if you have an extra dose. They were like, nope, they were not playing. But it was extremely well organized. And here's what I didn't understand is that the new rollout, since we have an actual president doing things, essentially this is a sports complex in North Tampa, and they got a call that said, if you can get 500 people together, we will come and deliver vaccines if you can get 500 people to sign up. So my mom just happened to get a tip-off phone call from somebody that this was happening, and they did it. And I guess it was Advent Health, and I'm not sure who else was out, just fully staffed. It was less than a half hour till she was at the spot getting the shot, and then we had to wait about 15 minutes. They want you to sit for 15 minutes after, make sure you're not having a reaction. And so with less than an hour from the time we arrived at the sports complex, she was inoculated and out the door. It was actually pretty impressive. Never had to leave the car. Sat in the car the whole time. So yeah, it was a good thing. Yeah,
That is a really good thing. I was
and
excited.
she came home and went right back to work. She 2:00 appointments.
Like she do.
Yeah.
Yep. So SN9 had a really fun flight. It went up real good. It came down real good right up until that last bit. And I can't remember if I was talking to you about this. That Elon Musk is basically kicking himself because it's planned to be 2 rockets, rocket engines, 2 engines light up for the thing. Because that's just the best thrust to weight ratio for and fuel or whatever to do the spin effect, but they don't always start, obviously. So
Right.
like, why aren't we lighting all 3 of them? And if they all light, just turn one off real quick. And he's like, "Fuck, why didn't we think of that?" And he's like just talking to Everyday Astronaut on Twitter about it. Like, yeah, this is what we should have done. It's stupid. Like, all right, get after it. Granted, like SN10 is sitting right there. Did you hear the BF1 is the big stack, the full stack is the first one's getting created. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no! I was amazed. Like I couldn't believe they did that with that other rocket standing right there. That seems like a really bad idea, but I guess it didn't.
I mean, they got as much land as they got. I guess. It was a big bada boom too. It's not fucking around.
I should have let my friend pay me with Bitcoin for Applebee's back in 2012 or whatever. Hey, Sherry, we'll definitely keep your mom in our thoughts. She tested positive for COVID on Tuesday. She's a healthcare worker. 10 days from her second dose of the vaccine. So she got sick between doses.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. Wow. So it's had a day. Had an interesting day. And I get to go get a fire pit ring for my backyard after the show, after we're done. So I can have backyard campfires. Yeah.
That is cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, so that's why we're doing Friday afternoon instead of Friday morning. And like the big plan was, let's come on Fridays and talk about all the positive things that have changed since we spent part of the Trump presidency listing off all the bad things that had happened during the week. How about this?
There's tons.
Oh, so much. And I don't have any kind of a show prep list done. I guess I could Google it while you
everyone's super shocked. Just kidding. We did have some things in there. Well, I mean, they like even like an executive order list. I do know one Kamala Harris has been breaking up ties in the Senate as a giant go fuck yourself to all Republicans. The fact that like Biden is inviting them all over to the White House, Republicans. They have a big meeting about the package and stuff, and apparently he just ended the meeting with like, "Hey, we're too far apart, and so we're just going to do whatever we want to do. So thanks for playing." Like it's just such good politics, right? Like he's basically coming in, giving them the option not to suck balls. Then of course they do that. And
it's like they can't help themselves.
Yeah, exactly. They're basically just like lemmings all jumping off the cliff together. And then, we can just go in and do it through reconciliation and get some stuff done, to help people. So,
right. Here's the difference that I'm observing. This meeting that he had with 10 senior senators from the Republican side, where they came in and they lowballed a COVID relief package that was miles off of what's needed.
Yeah.
And what happened at the end of the meeting is they said, well, we had a productive meeting and we're still far apart on some things, but what didn't happen is nobody had to come out and say the president of the United States insulted us all and called us idiots. That didn't happen. That's what happened when Nancy Pelosi and House members went to the White House every time when Trump was president. So there's a difference in civility already. Additionally, we were all concerned that the lessons we didn't learn in 2009 about healthcare, about immigration reform, and about the stimulus then would remain unlearned. But it's clear that the people that are manning the Biden White House remember that. Many of them worked there in that administration. And so they've realized, look, we can offer them an olive branch and let them come along. But, as the guys on Pod Save America reminded me yesterday, 71% of Americans polled, not just in progressive polling, but from more conservative polling sites, 71% of Americans are in favor of the $1.9 trillion stimulus. 40% of Republicans. So fuck off with your lowball offer. Virtually everyone wants this, and we're going to see it happen. So that's a good thing. Let them eat cake. See, I have a problem with that. Let them eat cake was somebody being dismissive of the needs of poor people. That's the Republican attitude. That's not our attitude. I don't want my Republican friends to starve or be miserable or get COVID. I want them to be okay. And the kind of things that we're talking about make everybody's lives better, not just Democrats or Republicans. If maybe instead of asking if a bill is bipartisan, we should start asking if it's doing people good. If it's doing people good, I don't care who proposes it. I don't care who proposes it. If it's a good idea and it helps the most people, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. In the words of
Spock, can't be wrong. I mean,
that would be illogical to think otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole Dems will lose their House and Senate if they don't live up to their promises. I mean, they are living up to their promises. So,
yeah, guess what? In 2008, we did live up to our promises. And in 2009 and 2010, we lost the House. So, fuck off. We're going to do good things for people while we can.
Right. Well, and the whole, there's some people, and I don't know if DRS metals has anything to do with this, but the whole Biden promised $2,000, not $1,400. Like, shut the fuck up. Just shut up all the way.
Does that the people that are saying that bother me because it's like, do you think we can't pass more later?
Well, it's not. It's like it's people on the left that are making money finding shit to complain about because complaining sells better on Twitter. It gets more clicks if you're being negative, and it's deeply frustrating because there's like a laundry list of 50 things, probably more than that now, that Biden has accomplished in the last 2 weeks. That are substantial, that are literally what we wanted, what we've been fighting for this whole time, and that's the whole thing. So yeah, that's how Georgia went blue. It's because he said checks were going to go out, right away. And again, if you want to be really fucking pissed at somebody, be pissed at Joe Manchin, who said he wouldn't fucking let it go out the door. Right? This is not something that Biden can just do. So, learn a little bit about politics and about the fact that you can, make promises and have goals, which Biden obviously does, and he's still fighting for it. And we're out here fucking bitching and complaining about it. It's by
the way, Manchin modified on that checks notes yesterday.
Yeah, right. And so now
that's what the people want. I guess is what. Well, he looked.
And now they're going to go out, right? Because the people
somebody rolled up the polling and whacked Manchin on the snout with it.
I hope so, man.
And he decided that's the way to go.
Well, and this is the thing, and I think holding their feet to the fire to say, hey, we need to get these checks out is important, but understanding who the enemy is even more important, and it's fucking Joe Manchin.
Yep. Did I read correctly that Liz Cheney voted against removing Green from committees? Yes, you did.
She voted against removing her?
That's correct. She did not vote to remove her from committee assignments.
Did she pull some process argument, or is she like, well, I
guess
just
in the floor vote, she was not one of the 11 Republicans that crossed the line to vote to remove her from those committee assignments. Interestingly, all of the South Florida Republicans voted to remove Green from her committee assignments. Why? Where's the high school where she said it was a hoax?
Oh yeah,
yeah. All the Parkland area Republicans were like, we're not okay with this. So good for them.
Yeah, 100%. I know
on this one thing.
I hear you, Metal. I'm not mad at you. I just like the just watching Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball is all up in the whole it's just irresponsible and excessively simple. Oh, you said 2,000, not 40. Fuck off. It's the whole idea was we wanted to get it up to 2,000 with 1,400. And they're getting it out the door as fast as they possibly can within the realms of normal political order, right? So who's holding it up? Why didn't it happen the first day? Well, we need every single Democratic senator, of which Joe Manchin, who's 60% Republican, is part of that caucus. So we don't have a choice there, right? So understanding where to apply pressure, and enough people did that he's coming along. He's coming along with a $15 minimum wage because he doesn't have a choice, right? So that, we just need to understand who to be pressuring and why, in my clearly humble opinion.
Yep, I think you're right, Elizabeth. What I feel like Biden learned from where Obama was less than effective.
Yeah, I think
it's not just him; it's all of the staffers that are holdovers from that era. They all remember. Yeah,
right. Chuck Schumer in the Senate was apparently we're holding the door to open to you to come and work with us, but if you're not going to work with us, we're just going to get shit done. And that's smart because it lasted a year trying to get Republican votes that were never going to come. Yeah, Ginny nailed it. Biden is asking them to the table, but not negotiating below standards. Yep. And not, we're not going to hey, we'll do this outside of reconciliation, which healthcare they'd had to do anyway. But we want to make it better. So we'll spend a year and a half working on a fucking bill that none of you assholes are going to vote for anyway. We've already got the bills. Put them to the floor, get them voted on, get them out the door.
Yep. We need to focus more on the good things that are happening and make them popular. You're right. And I did not do enough show prep to bring a list.
That's our goal Friday. We're going to talk about our goal, which is good because I'm probably going to literally pass out in 20 minutes anyway. So, with those and if you guys see any of those things that are actually getting done, please send them to us, and we'll that'll kind of help us do the show prep for it because I know there's a lot of stuff out there. So
Yeah, press secretary, who I love. You're
Yeah,
being
she's
disingenuous. Biden didn't promise to reunite the GOP. He promised to reunite Americans. Yep. Yep. I liked when she went, "Aw, Space Force" the other day.
Is that what you said? For
Yeah,
real?
basically, yeah, LOL Space Force kind of thing. There was somebody,
dude,
what do you think
awesome.
about the mission and continuing of Space Force? And she was like, Space Force.
That's awesome.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Obama is negotiating. Like, if we wanted to be critical of Obama for anything, it would be that he negotiates like a fucking clown. Like, and again, it's principled in the sense that he really wanted to, bring Republicans to the table in a real way. So he used Republican ideas for healthcare and Republican ideas for everything else. He used the Republican idea for immigration, and then he comes to the
they
table.
still voted no on it.
Exactly, and they never were going to vote for it. And so, like, not learning that with the initial one with the healthcare debate was a huge error. You can't keep going back to the whipping post with people that are just trying to freaking destroy you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Was there unity under Trump? Like, that's the thing. Like, they're like, did they ever come to Democrats asking them?
It's funny to me, people that don't say a word askance about dog whistling for anti-Semitism and white supremacy. They don't say a word about the people on their side that are talking about that. But now that they're not in power, I think we should all practice unity. Fuck off. Martin Luther King warned us about you. He said we have more to fear from our quiet, moderate friends than from the vocal opposition. Yeah. Hey, how about our local mayor making the Washington Post and MSNBC in Newport Richey for not being even-handed in his application of his understanding of the difference between Black Lives Matter and the Proud Boys. You know who didn't get nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize? The Proud Boys. You know who did get labeled a terrorist organization by Canada? The Proud Boys. You know who did?
Canada.
You know who did get nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize?
Who's that?
Black Lives Matter.
Oh, well, that makes sense to me.
And Stacey Abrams. But you see the difference? Mayor Rob Marlowe, who unfriended me because I was challenging to him.
Oh, so he can't hear this. Let's see.
Yeah, somebody will probably show it to him, and that's fine. I would love to have this conversation in person with Rob Marlowe, but I know he won't make that possible now, despite the fact that we supported his candidacy for re-election as mayor of Newport Richey because he was a Democrat, and he still is. And I'm waiting for the Pasco County Democratic Party to start to get vocal about him calling Black Lives Matter activists who were in the room at a city council meeting this week, "you people." He pulled the "you people."
Oh, God.
Yeah. Do you know what they were asking for? Do you know what their ask was?
No, I don't.
There's an organization called Cop Watch St. Petersburg that's been tracking police officers, their social media presences, what they say, what they do. They're the ones that published the information that we had 3 Newport Richey police officers, one of whom actually gave police department intelligence to the Proud Boys to tell them where the BLM protesters were going to be on a given day. Right. Another one who proudly displayed Confederate flags and other white rain. Anyway, turns out that Chief Bogart, who I know and respect as a human being, took flex time between January 5th and January 7th. So the chief of police and at least 2 other officers took time off and may have traveled to the Capitol. And we don't know that. So what the people from BLM were asking at the city council meeting this week was, hey, we'd like the city to acknowledge and make sure and verify for us that the chief of police and these other 2 officers didn't travel to the Capitol, now that we know that a lot of law enforcement officers did participate.
That sounds like a really reasonable ask to me.
Doesn't it? Well, the mayor lost his mind over this.
Wow, because it's fucking true.
Yeah. So the punchline here is that this feature article that was up in WAPO, the writer, they left town months ago. They did their research. They wrote the piece about the difference in how BLM was treated and how Proud Boys and other patriot groups were treated by the Newport Richey police. Only one side was arrested. Only one side was fined.
Yeah.
So he came back to town for the city council meeting the other night and was in attendance when the mayor went off on Black Lives Matter activists again.
Wow.
So yeah, we have a problem. And here's the funny thing about that is racism is not just calling people the N-word. Racism is treating them differently than you treat other people in the same circumstance, Mayor Marlowe. That's also racism. That's systemic racism. And when people of color in your community are telling you there's a problem with the difference in how they're treated, not just by the police, but by the Chamber of Commerce, you do have a problem. I was at a lunch with the city manager or breakfast with the city manager thing 3-4 years ago now, where someone from the African American Club brought up the idea that they'd like to have an ethnic history festival, not just African American, but an ethnic culture history parade. And everyone in that room except me stood up and said, oh, it's very expensive and it's very difficult to get the permitting for such a thing. They were actively discouraging the African American Club of West Pasco from having such an event. I was the only person in the room that stood up and said, I will help you facilitate this in any way that I can. That's not bragging on me, but how the fuck is the city of Newport Richey out in front of that?
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
That's a problem.
Did you see that Jenny sent you some positive things?
I did not.
She did.
Okay. I will
just wanted to throw that there.
Yeah.
It's like, not that the rant wasn't good, because it was quality rant.
By the way, our friend Rachel Marie, she's running for city council. She changed her filing to run for the full 3-year term that's available, not just the interim term. So she was there at this meeting and also caught an earful from the mayor. If you want to be a member of the city council, you better understand that blah, blah, blah. She caught a lecture from the mayor from the dais while she was speaking in Vox Pop. So Rachel we got to have Rachel on the show.
Indeed.
Got to have Rachel on the show.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, this is good. This is a list of... Oh, that's not a positive thing. It's Senator Gus Bilirakis being upset that the president has taken 42 unilateral executive actions in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, that it's kind of adorable, I guess. It's like, oh, you have an opinion? That's nice.
Let's see what else you sent me. Sorry, I'm digging through.
No, that's no problem. Oh, yeah. So positive? Yeah, maybe not so much. All right. So anyway, Ginny's just sending show prep things because she can. It's good. It's good. It's good. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
I can't get the other one to load, so we'll worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So positive things are happening. Okay, go ahead. No, you first.
This is like, yeah, no, this is positive. So we're in a community cluster in the Uplift in our Minecraft server / metaverse land, depending on how you want to phrase it. Metaverse land sounds cooler. We're in a community cluster with a bunch of really, really high profile, kind of crypto media types and projects and blockchains and stuff like that. And Coffee has its own land. And if we build anything on that land before next Friday, like just a cool little build, or like if everybody wants to get together and do something bigger, ostentatious, it's kind of what we do. So, freaking everyone out with how amazing that would be really fun. And we're gonna get 5 to 10 community crates from Uplift Art, and the stuff that's in those crates it's gonna end up being worth some real money. So, and that's gonna go out to anybody who helps us build it, basically. So I just want to throw that out there because I think that's really cool, and it was very nice of them.
Yeah, I'm excited about the tenor of the things that Joe Biden is fixing. Like,
legit.
I was a bit upset last week, and I'm still not exactly over it. At people who are attacking Biden from the left. How come there's still kids in cages? Well, it's not like they just opened the cages, right? The people that put those kids in those cages then burn down all of the infrastructure that makes it possible to do anything else with them. All of the case management, all of the child psychologists, all of the medical personnel who would have been able to take care of those families have been dismissed, downsized, or run out of town. So it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute to do it correctly so that these kids are not released into we don't know what. That was the problem before. We have kids that have disappeared in our system, and much more than the 5,000 we originally thought. More like 20,000 kids. Reuniting 20,000 kids with their families is going to take a really difficult process. And I think we should give them a moment, please, to get that done. Can we do that? I think that would be probably a good idea. What else have I got? The lawsuit? You want
Yeah. Is that the one versus Fox News?
Yeah, it's Smartmatic. and I'm going to throw the link in here from the thread reader so everybody can have a look at it if they want. But essentially, Kurt Eichenwald read the lawsuit and said it's the most astonishing legal document he's ever seen.
Wow.
And even Eichenwald, who's been well versed on this, says that when he first heard about what they were saying, there were some things that seemed so simple to fact check that he just took them for granted. One of the allegations was that Smartmatic had software in machines in all of the states that were in question. The only place in America that Smartmatic currently has their software on voting machines is Los Angeles County, one county in California. So when everybody went and repeated they had machines and software in all these states, that's actually...
It's literally just not true.
It means that no one at Fox News even took time to Google it, because that's provably true from their own website. So there were 4 or 5 allegations that were made that all you have to do is go to the actual Smartmatic website to see that those things are not accurate. And for news organizations to do that, by the way, and the amount that they're suing for, the $2.7 billion, they have receipts. They know exactly what their market share loss was by state.
Wow. You see Ginny's comment?
Yes. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Let me find it here. Smartmatic. First paragraph. I'll bet you that brings it right up. No, it didn't either. Damn it. Sorry.
That's all right. Just don't let it happen again. I mean, I'm super entertaining now, so I take it as my fault, frankly.
Gosh darn it. No, it basically says the earth is round, water is wet. These are basically true things.
Yeah.
And the election was not stolen. That's how they opened their legal document. It was actually pretty damn funny. Yeah, the earth is round.
I know.
I had this up somewhere.
I think it begins by saying the earth is round. Yeah. Liz just said someone needs to Photoshop a beer into Corey's mic hand. I honestly, we haven't been drinking anywhere near enough. I would seriously punch myself in the eyeball for a Guinness right now. That'd be cool. It's been a long week, but a very good one, so I cannot complain.
God damn it, I can't find it.
So one other thing I did, I'm just gonna paste this in here. I've been doing this.
I found it.
Oh, good. All right, cool.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
The earth is round. 2 + 2 = 4. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won the 2020 election for president and vice president of the United States. The election was not stolen, rigged, or fixed. These are facts. They are demonstrable and irrefutable. That's the opening of their filing in their lawsuit.
I'm here for it. I think that is an appropriate level of derision.
Yeah,
and
that's good stuff.
Truth laying. I just posted a link to an auction I have going on Atomic Assets from my the Wisdom line that I've been kind of playing around with,
right?
Which is basically just like a bunch of maxims that I come across and throw out there and usually give away for free. But I set up as many of the line as I could in a bundle, and I'm auctioning off just to kind of start playing with that kind of idea. And what I'm going to do is 50% is going to go straight to Uplift Donate, which is our build a school mission thing. And 50% is going to go to the new rewards pool account that we just set up for the Uplift. So it'll be like the first little bit that goes in there, and then we'll be able to track it. And it's really cheap. It's only 250 wax for like a bunch of NFTs. So if you want to bid on it, you can.
I haven't spent any wax lately. I need to go do that.
All right. Well, there you go. You can bid on that if you want to.
Get the stuff circulating.
Right? Get it moving.
Virginia, is your icon a T-Rex holding 2 pistols? Because that's pretty damn funny.
Oh, that's baller. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Elizabeth said, "It's your position." Is you just lean back like, "Oh, just kill me now." So this is what we thought we would do. We thought we want to relax our show schedule a little bit because things are not actively on fire right now
as much.
We feel a little safe leaving the room. So there's that. So we thought what we would do is Tuesday, we have a plan to do a Minecraft based show, basically do a show in Minecraft, showing off, building stuff, hucking for what we're going to be doing there. And then on Friday, we would do a what's changed for the positive this week, like Amy Siskine's list in reverse. And that was our plan, but I got so caught up with the thing with my mom today, I really didn't have time to do much show prep. But I think that's what we're going to do. So once a week, coffee, and Tuesday, the Minecraft show. Is that what we're thinking, Corey?
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, if we have stuff
because you're making like 8 million other shows right now. So I feel like we need to give you a bit of a break here.
It will help. And obviously, anytime anyone wants to hang out, they can just go check out the new channel.
Hey, Archer, nice to see you.
Yep. Hello.
So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to go to a once a week show, but we reserve the right to drop in on say impeachment proceedings and things like that. Important votes in the House or the Senate. Our president doing amazing things. I had a great talk with my mom about the difference, the basic humanity difference between now and 3 weeks ago. And I'm all about it. As you probably remember, and we can prove on video, Joe Biden was not our first choice, either of us, for the nomination. But I think maybe I turned the corner a little quicker on the idea that, well, first of all, he's the most progressive agenda in presidential history. Far more progressive than Obama or
irrefutable fact.
FDR. And I said right after he secured the nomination, watch him move left now. Like, watch him be adaptable to more progressive ideas. And here we fucking are. Right? So that's the good news.
Right. Yeah, Green is off the committee, so that's good. And thank you to the 11 Republicans that are, I don't know what you would call them, not crazy people.
Yeah. In favor of accountability for white supremacists. Gosh, what a radical concept!
It's like this the baseline, the new baseline for public discourse in America.
Well, that's fine with me because the new baseline for the radical left communists is healthcare and feeding people. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm fucking Lenin over here.
Well, I mean they've been trying to pull that for a long time. It's just louder now, and I don't know. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Any Super Bowl chatter? Not really.
Hey, is that the one where they do the thing with the ball and the running around? And
I am a lifelong Buccaneers football fan, and I want you all to know that I am voting for the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl in spite of Tom Brady, not because of him. Because every Sunday, what you would have been treated to had you been paying attention to my post was, boy, look at that Trump-supporting son of a bitch. He sure is good at this football thing. Because I will never forget that that's where Tom Brady is. But I also... I remember people boycotting the NFL because a quarterback took a knee in support of Black Lives Matter. And I thought they were all butthurt loonies anyway. And, are there problems with the NFL? Yeah. Are some of those problems race-related and workers' rights-related? Yeah. Am I a giant Buccaneers homeboy? Yeah. So old, I bleed orange. I still have Bucko Bruce creamsicle orange gear around my house. So never not going to be a Buccaneers fan. So
that is the one with the bit thing, and
it's the ball that has the points on the end.
Funding. Ah, yes.
Yeah. It's fun. Football where it's not really a ball and they don't use their feet that often.
Yeah. I mean,
hand egg. It's more like hand egg than football.
Hand egg is good. I like that. That makes a lot more sense. Hand egg. Hand pig skin to egg.
Yeah. Bucks by 37 points. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Which is crazy stupid, but
I like it. I like it. May the one team nuke the other team into defeat.
I'm mad about all that too. Brady also got a ton of PPP money and bought a spanking new yacht company, so there's that. Go Bucks. That's pretty much an exact encapsulation of my fandom level right there. Yes, sir.
All right.
Where
I
am.
mean, I the compartmentalizing is pretty intense, but I'm here for it. I think,
I'm aware
yeah. But that's the thing.
of how politically incorrect my position is on
right.
this.
Your self awareness, but like lifelong sports team fandom. I think
I moved here
we
from
should just give some
Miami
room for it. We don't
in
get any crazy about it.
1974, and I've been born and raised in Miami, where the Dolphins are from, South Florida, where the Dolphins are from. Not actually Miami, but Miami adjacent, where they actually are now. But anyway, so I'm 9 years old. I move up here. They announced we're going to have a new football team, and it's going to be a Tampa Bay team. So from the first moment, I was a fan. I think they won their first game, and then they lost 29 straight games, making them the worst franchise in professional sports history, not just football history. The
Just
worst
all
ever.
over
Like
history.
their first coach, John McKay, is a legend. He was a UCLA coach. He was world famous, but he's also famous for one-liners. And in one game, at the end of the game, where we had lost 44-3, something like that, one of the reporters asked Coach McKay, "How do you feel about your team's execution?" And he said, "I'm fully in favor of it." So, I don't know how you can not root for a team like that. So that's how long I've been a Bucs fan. Yep.
Ash, I'm sorry I didn't get to those emails this week. Thank you for the reminder. I mean, I don't get the emails anyway, but I did see your very, very intelligent tip message in Chirp.
Oh, okay. I should look for that. Sorry about that. Am I a Lightning fan as well, Greg? Yeah, not as much, because I didn't grow up in a hockey culture. I grew up here in Florida, so been a fan that we have a hockey team. I've been to several games. I love watching the game live. It's incredibly fast and violent, and I like that. So, but not even remotely a baseball fan.
Pacifists ever. It's like incredibly fast and violent is exactly why I started watching hockey.
Right. The sound of men hitting each other on an ice rink in a state is like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
It is exceptionally fast and exceptionally violent. Yep. You hear John Jones is moving to heavyweight?
No. Is that an MMA thing?
Yeah. I just like, what's even more insane that I, as a relative,
and funny enough, I don't watch boxing. I watch boxing.
I don't watch boxing
MMA.
either,
I'm not.
Yeah. Like if you any MMA fighter versus any boxer, the MMA fighter will win every time.
I think maybe the last fight I watched was the one where Mike Tyson tried to eat Evander Holyfield.
Okay, all right.
Starting at the ear. I think that was maybe the last fight I watched.
Then you're just like, what are we actually watching here?
I got to tell you, like, one of the things that happens is like, in the long view, I recognize that I got to see some pretty amazing moments, and there was nothing scarier than when Mike Tyson came out of his corner in a fight. Like, I used to look at that dude and be like, "Whew, I don't want nothing to do with that." He was terrifying as an opponent. So there's that. Yeah. So I'm rooting for everyone on the Bucs roster except Tom Brady that I can think of. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I hope they win. So there's that.
I mean, apparently he's good at his jobs. There's that.
He's like, you can't argue that he's the best to ever play the game. Look, his percentage of the seasons he's played in the NFL where he's made the Super Bowl is 47%. For the number of years he's been in the league, almost half of them he's ended up in the Super Bowl. Not always, winning, but
you can't really
out of 21 years, 10 Super Bowls. There's nothing even close. He's won as many NFC championships as Aaron Rodgers, and he's only played in the NFC 1 year. He's played in the AFC for all the other years, but for most of the other years. So,
are those different football areas?
Yes, they are. There's a National Football Conference and an American Football Conference.
Just the different conferences,
right?
The conferences I get,
like the East and West in hockey, right? So your Dolphins, for instance, that you follow so closely.
Is that a football team in Miami?
Yes, the Miami Dolphins. Yes.
I should have known that, actually. Didn't they? They were in a movie I saw once.
Yeah, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Yep, 100%. Yep.
Well, they're also the only team in NFL history to ever have an undefeated season from first game to Super Bowl. And no one has ever broken that record, and it was 1972, I think, when that happened. And I met a lot of those guys because I was still living down there when we came back from Africa for a bit.
Hey, did you guys know we were going to talk about football for this long? Me neither.
I mean, it's Super Bowl week. How can you not?
Very, very easily.
All right.
But fair enough. I realize my extended family does not see that the way that I do.
Yeah, pretty much, Fred. Like the National League and the American League in baseball, which Corey also probably doesn't follow. But
Not even a little bit.
yeah, and I'm not a big baseball fan either. Never been to a Major League Baseball game. Been to a couple of spring training games, but never been to a soccer, NFL football, and sports car racing. Those are my big. Those are my big things. All right. So you want to get out of here?
Yeah.
You look like you're ready for bed, buddy.
Yeah.
And you still have to go take a walk on the beach or something, don't you?
I did promise Babs a walk, yes.
Yeah.
Which I mean, really, like,
the dog behind you.
make me.
The dog behind you is like, what? Walk? What?
Yep.
He did jump up for a second there. All right, guys. Well, so don't expect us on Monday because Corey's got other shows, by the way, which we will be broadcasting here on the Solo Local Live Network with a whole bunch of crypto people and other amazing, creative, artistic folk.
Yeah,
and then Tuesday we'll do a Minecraft show where we tour some more builds in the Uplift world, and then we'll be back on Friday to do a weekend thing. Now, Rob Houston, wait, we should end this with gratitudes. Oh, Rob, I love that picture.
Yeah, it's good.
Corey, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for you. Yep, I said it. Like, somebody in one of the cars I had today, I think it was Jimmy, was you're talking about gratitudes and the how many different little things had to happen to kind of put us in the position where we're running the show and the channel that we're running, and doing the Uplift, and it's difficult for me to convey how successful this already is and is going to be, and so that is really fun, right? And so we're bouncing in and doing this show right before this with some new people that I met down in the community cluster in the Uplift, and Greg's teaching people how to do Minecraft and stuff. But it really, like, all of this stems from working with you over the last few years and getting into Minecraft because you said it was a good idea, and I was like, all right, you're crazy. And we kept doing Minecraft because you said it was a good idea. And then we start doing the church stuff together. That was really like it, you're a huge pillar in why all of this stuff is working. And all the stuff that I'm grateful for all the time, it kind of, it starts because of our friendship. And I'm really grateful for that.
It's 5 years. Just about 5 years ago, I interviewed you the first time.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. And I'm also grateful for that. Not all partnerships work out. And I think what we have is a really good creative rapport.
Yeah.
Like, we complement each other pretty well. So thank you. That's very sweet of you. I did not come prepared to say I'm grateful for you, but I am. Today, what I'm most grateful, I think you can have more than one.
You can, you're allowed.
Most grateful for the amazing people that organized in a matter of a few days a mass vaccination thing for people over 65 and took good care of my mom today.
That's huge. Huge.
And by the way, every parking attendant, every traffic director, every nurse got a thank you from me as we rolled up because I'm so glad they were there today for my ma. Yeah.
Nailed it.
That's what I got. That's all I got.
Yeah, Doreen, grateful for Baby Gifts Gals chat, and that Coffee Baby hasn't come early yet. Oh, well, that's good. Nice. Fred, I'm grateful for my little cave here at Jenner's house. I'm grateful for the dogs. I'm grateful for my show going so well. I'm kind of glad you guys live together. You guys make amazing shit together, so that's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Archer's getting emotional with us. That we should talk about that once we're off the thing.
All right.
Grateful for a date and a plan. That's good, Ginny, and I hope the news is good.
Yes.
About your upcoming medical things. All right. With that, we're going to get on out of here. It's Friday night, Super Bowl weekend, making a big pot of chili for Sunday, and I'm sure Corey's going to be glued to his television, rooting for the sports ball team.
Yeah. Yep.
Score many things.
Do the running faster. And/or hit him so hard if it's going the other way.
Yeah, I'm thankful I don't have a heart attack every time there's a special report or breaking news on my TV. Isn't that that's refreshing, isn't it?
It really is.
Grateful for the 11 Republicans who voted to remove Green. They give me hope that things will get better. Yeah, if they don't, we'll go around.
I was gonna say, I'm excited about your optimism.
All right, thank you very much, Archer Corvus. Nice to see you, and we will definitely see you next Friday. And Minecraft show Tuesday, and then I like the other stuff you're doing too, like the 4 guys on Sunday thing that I participated in. And
What was that?
I don't know, the thing with you and Finney and Dr.
Oh, it's Saturday. That's tomorrow.
Oh, I guess I better.
Yeah, that's tomorrow on this channel. Yeah, we do that. What's the Forific now? It was originally just like a brainstorming session that I was having with Finney, and then he invited Dr. Wayne, which has only ever been good, and then of course Greg sat in, so that was good.
Derp. No, we're not skipping Sunday. We will be doing church at 11 a.m. on Sunday.
When's the sports ball game start?
It's like 6 p.m, so we're good.
Oh yeah, fuck that shit. The people come and be grateful for their team winning the sports ball thing.
Yeah,
if they want. Yeah, we're definitely doing it for sure. Well, I am anyway. Forific. Yes. So that'll be 1:30 tomorrow. Is that, and then
church on Sunday. And by the way, you're not the only person that said this. Sue Fletcher messaged me to say I should do some noob with a B, not with a D. some noob Minecraft videos to show people how to do basic stuff in Minecraft.
Great idea. And we would like to, if you want to make them and then do it, like if you want to do like standalone videos or whatever, and like upload them, like obviously you can upload them here if you want to, but I'd love to get them on the Uplifters channel as well, because like, people are hungry for that stuff. So, and they'll do well.
Beauty. Okay. So see you guys sometime on well, we'll see you at 11 o'clock on Sunday for church, and we already did all that. So Sasquatch is real, and we are